G'day guys, Red Celt back with a video that's somewhat different from our regular content, but if it's something that you like, it's something that I will be doing more, and today we will just be going over some of the basic things to get done or go through if you're starting out Warframe for those players who just haven't started the game yet. If you've just downloaded because your mates are playing or you've seen some content and like the look of the game and want to see what it's about, well, we're just here to talk about some of the things you're going to want to get done, some of the things you're going to want to know, and what order to do things just so that you don't get stuck. This game isn't the best at telling what to do, and it has a very harsh start if you don't know what you're doing or don't have someone to guide you. So hopefully today I can help be that guide and get you started off in the game and get you where you want to be. Now, just because you've already started playing doesn't mean you won't be able to benefit from some of the information in this video, so stick around if you want to see. If you want anything, leave a comment letting me know what you want to see in coming videos. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's get into the video. Now, first of all, you might be thinking, why might I want to play Warframe? Like, what type of game is it? Well, other than the gameplay playing in the background, it's honestly just a big numbers simulator. Most of the players love to make big numbers and make yourself look real pretty. There's lots of different mission types to keep you entertained. Although the tile sets can seem repetitive, there are multiple planets, open worlds, different mission types, different tasks you complete within the game, and it has just got so much stuff that there's bound to be at least one aspect of the game you will end up liking if you can get into it. But it can take some time to learn and get into it, that being said, because it is a free-to-play game that has everything accessible without a single payment within the game. Now, for this premise of this video, I will be walking you through what I would do if I were to be starting a fresh account today, brand new, none of my stuff, and what path I would take to be getting towards where I am now. So hopefully you will enjoy, and I can help some of you get into this great game. Now, what to expect for the start is you will not be putting out any numbers like what you're seeing on any content creator's screen, really, because a lot of us have been playing this game for 10 years plus. But within your first or second session, you should be able to complete the basic tutorial, which involves getting an item called an Ascaris off your Warframe so that you no longer are controlled by Captain Vought, who you will be hunting down through the starting missions. You will encounter him not long after you pick from your first Warframe. Now, this will be a choice of 3 from Vault, Excalibur, or Mag, as can be seen in the top left corner now, with the Vault being a speedy melee glass cannon type of thing, Mag being support back row DPS, and Excalibur being just your run-of-the-mill base character. Will give you honestly, I just normally would recommend picking Excalibur, even though you do get an upgraded version through playing the game, just because he's easier to learn. But if you want to have a bit more of a difficulty cap, go for Vault. And finally, Mag will be something to play if you are going to be constantly playing in a team, because she can be a bit squishy at the start of the game, and a lot of my friends that have started with Mag solo did not finish the game. Now, once you've made the choice which frame you're going to want to be playing, the next you will pretty much want to actually start to play them, get a feel. Every character moves at a different speed and has slightly different animation steps. Some even have completely custom animations for movement. So you just take the time to get used to it, and as you progress and go through this mission, where you will be also picking your first weapons, you will be able to pick from any of the Mark 1 variant weapons, being a shotgun, a bow, a burst rifle, and I'm pretty sure a fully automatic rifle. And of these options, just don't pick the bow. You will regret it and you will not have a good time. Any other weapon, just pick what feels best to you, whatever's most comfortable from other games, because guns still perform as they do in any other game. Now, earlier in this video I mentioned the codex. Now, this is where I'm going to tell you to locate your codex on your Lisette or your little ship where you select your missions and things. And I will have a video showing you how to get there now. And this is your codex on your set. Once you get there, you want to navigate your way over to training using your bumpers or your mouse, depending on what format you're playing on. And these are the actual tutorials. I heavily suggest completing the advanced movements tutorial, just so you can get a better feel for the game, but you can also learn how to put your mods down and other things like that within the game there. And it is very helpful for those when you're first starting out. You can also find any items drop location in that chart as long as you have found the item before. So we've got our frame, we've got our guns, we've started killing, we're learning our movement. Now we need to hunt down Vor, collect some resources, and finally get that thingy off our leg that's trapping us down. That's still the tutorial. I haven't seen if they've changed it again yet. I'm pretty sure since Deviri you can choose to skip the tutorial and start Viri, but then I'm not sure how much of a tutorial you will get. So I don't have much new player experience now. I've been playing the game for a good 10 years plus. But now you've gotten through Captain Vor, you've gotten through the basics of the game, and I'm going to welcome you to the actual gameplay now. The first thing I suggest you trying to do is finish leveling up, with max level being 30 on most gear you will obtain now, and making your way to the Mercury node and Earth node to do that so that you can expand the amount of missions you can do. Making it to Earth will get you Cetus, the first open world, and making it to Mercury you can go to Apollodorus, which is one of the final missions on Mercury, which is an infested survival that is good for early level characters to easily level up gear, because it's a survival against easy enemies that can be taken down quickly with any gear. Now this is when you're going to want to start looking into making some new gear, like new weapons, and if you have any unlocked yet, using dark sectors to earn extra resource XP and cash so that you can start building up a bit more of a mastery rank, get a better arsenal, and things like that. You will also want to keep in mind that you always want to have a somewhat decent melee weapon, because melee is one of the stronger components within the game. And focusing on leveling one gun, one melee, and maybe a frame at a time, and not overdoing it, or otherwise it will take a very long time to get everything done. Some of the weapons that I heavily suggest using are a Karak Bolter, or remaking the non-mark version of whatever your starting weapon may be. Now most of these weapons will have a 12-hour time that can be rushed for the in-game currency that you can buy, but at the end of the day, what I would suggest doing is getting to the point where you can build some weapons, get them building, and then go back and give it a break for a day and come back in the 12 hours and then start working on your new guns. Another thing that I've had a lot of people ask me about and they've had troubles with is modding within the game. So these are mods that you can find with the game. This is just one I am using for an example, so I can kind of walk you through what they are. So on the one is just the name and ability of the mod. 2 is it's used for. 7, the color on the outside is the rarity. 5 is your rank, or how many levels you have put into it. 4 is the cost of the mod, and 6 is the actual image of the mod, and that's all you really need to know. Now, while you're at a lower level, I wouldn't worry about maxing out every mod, and more so keeping them between level 5 and 6 if you've got a rank mod with 7 plus slots to level up, such as the one on the screen. And that's just to optimize so you can get a few extra mods on and get a few more benefits happening, because if you max them out you may only be able to equip one mod, because you get a modding capacity which is equal to the level of the gear that maxes at 3, but can be doubled with an item called a reactor for a warframe and a catalyst for a weapon. Now while you're modding weapons, for example, you'll have a page like this which you will be a bit convoluted and complex to look at first, but the main things you need to focus on is damage numbers. Go higher as you mod, and you will want to focus on either a stat or a crit, as long as the weapon itself, because a lot of hybrid builds don't work and early weapons are not built for hybrids. So whichever one is closer to the 30% or higher than 30% is what you want to build for. And if you have both, then it's optional, or you can attempt a hybrid where you go for both, but they can be very taxing on mod capacity and be a bit harder to work with. Now modding your frames is a bit more easier, so I don't need any images to put up for that. You'll figure out whether you want your abilities to be stronger, go longer, or hit further, and that will be covered by your strength, range, and duration. And then to increase your survivability and tankiness, I heavily suggest don't worry about shields, because there's a whole mechanic that I can teach you in another video called shield gating, or there's plenty of other videos already up about it, which still works to an extent where you want to have less shields and instead you want to increase your health and armor rating so you can just take more hits. Now this is where, if you want, you can start working to unlocking a new frame. As I mentioned earlier, you can start at Viri now, which if you can get to Circuit, you will be able to attain a new frame through that. Or I suggest getting to Fusa on Venus, where you will fight the Jackal and be able to obtain your first frame through Rhino. To obtain a frame, you buy the blueprint from the shop, or unless you're doing it through Deviri, in which case you get a copy of the blueprint. And then you must obtain the chassis, neuroptics, and systems, build each of them, that will take 12 hours, and then build the frame, which will take 3 days. So now that you've got some frames building, you got your new weapons building, and you're going to want to start trying to get up to at least Mastery Rank 5. This is where you will start to get more access to quest lines and things that will actually teach you how to do the new mechanics, because, well, the older mechanics aren't so much taught, except for going to the Codex. The newer mechanics within the game will be taught to you as you need them, with mission types even being explained what you need to do during them. But if you're still having trouble with any mission types, I am hoping to get videos out for each mission types and how to do them optimally and min-max and get the best loot from them. But for those wondering how to actually go up a mastery rank, you'll get 100 XP for every level you go up on a weapon. Each weapon only counts once. Same with frames, but you get 200 XP and companions get you 300 XP. You'll need to go up past challenges at the end of each level to progress to the next level, and you can only take one mastery challenge per day. But the other reason I'm suggesting you at least try get to Mastery 5 is that's 5 days of gameplay minimum, and then you'll be able to start to adjust and find your own play style. This isn't the type of game where you get overpowered overnight. You will need to put at least a good week in and try learn some new tricks and watch a couple more videos just to get the hang of the game. I'm guessing some people will pick it up naturally because it isn't exactly a complex game. It just doesn't hold your hand while you're learning. That's what us content creators are here for. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will be streaming every Monday around 8:30, 9 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time. You're welcome to come play along, come say hey, any questions you're having about the game. I'm willing to answer, or just, yeah, come check us out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.